Good morning. I'm just delighted to be here another Sunday in my life with you. And thank you so much for showing up and letting me speak to you this morning, hopefully not at you, but to you, about something that I think is really pretty marvelous, and that's resilience. Embodying resilience, you use doing it well. Indeed. I've chosen to do something that in the back of my mind I've wanted to do for some time, and this month's theme lends itself to fulfilling my desire. So just how have you used embodied resilience? That is, adapted, bounced back, and thrived in the face of adversity, challenges, and setbacks? How have they maintained a sense of strength, flexibility, and perseverance while navigating difficult circumstances? What inner resources, support systems, and coping strategies have they used to overcome obstacles and grow from their experience of hardship? How has resilience become a lived experience? How have they, people not unlike you and me, demonstrated resilience not only in their actions and behaviors, but also in their attitudes, beliefs, and values? How have they embodied a sense of resilience as a core aspect of their desire and a way of being in this world? Well, I did a little research, found some answers that I thought might be interesting to you. But what I want to do is I want to look at these people and stories from embodying resilience through the lens of the 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism, those guiding principles surrounding our quest for justice, compassion, and spiritual growth. And I'm going to admit that I'm going to put these principles before you 3 times this morning. 3 times. So don't think, oh my God, here she goes again. But I am so impressed by these principles. And all my years of being connected with this fellowship, I know exactly that this is the case. This is the case. And so let me give you those 7 principles, 6 of which were adopted in 1961, and 7 now in the revision in 1985. They are, and please hear them clearly, because I have a little assignment for you. Number 1, principle number 1, and this is one that we hear a lot about: respecting the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Number 2, striving for justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. Number 3, practicing acceptance of one another and engaging in spiritual growth. Number 4, engaging in a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Principle 5, accepting the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process. Principle 6, working toward the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. And last but not least, respecting the interdependent web of all existence. Are you glad you're here? Are you glad to be a part of this amazing faith tradition? Well, for principle 1, respecting the inherent worth and dignity of every person, I begin with the story of James Reeb, a Unitarian Universalist minister who answered the call to join the civil rights movement in the 1960s. Despite facing threats and violence, Reverend Reeb remained committed to the inherent worth and dignity of every person and his resilience in the face of danger, plenty of it, inspired others to stand up for justice and equality, ultimately leading to positive change in our society. Principle 2, striving for justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. And you may remember this name, Viola Liuzzo. Yep, Peg is clapping her hands. A Unitarian Universalist activist, and she was another civil rights activist who played a significant role in that movement during the 1960s. Her involvement led to her participation in the Selma to Montgomery marches in 1965. Tragically, she was murdered by members of the Ku Klux Klan while driving back from a civil rights meeting. Her dedication and sacrifice, her commitment to justice, equity, and compassion became a symbol for many of the activists of her time. Number 3, practicing acceptance of one another and engaging in spiritual growth. Parker Palmer, one of my favorite writers, a Unitarian Universalist author and educator, is known for his work on spirituality and education. Palmer's emphasis on acceptance and spiritual growth has touched the lives of many, including mine, offering guidance and support to those seeking deeper meaning and connection. His resilience in sharing his vulnerabilities and insights has inspired countless individuals to embark on their own spiritual journeys. Number 4, engaging in a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Rebecca Parker, a Unitarian Universalist theologian, has spent much of her life exploring the intersections of faith, feminism, and social justice. Her commitment to a free and responsible search for truth and meaning has led her to challenge traditional beliefs and advocate for a more inclusive and compassionate theology. Hooray for her! I love that. We're talking inclusive, not exclusive. Her resilience in questioning and seeking understanding has paved the way for transformative change within religious communities. Number 5, accepting the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process. John Murray, a Unitarian Universalist minister, played a key role in the development of religious freedom in the United States. Murray's advocacy for the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process helped shape the principles of religious liberty that you hold dear today. His resilience in the face of persecution and opposition serves as a reminder of the importance of standing up for our beliefs and values. Number 6, working toward the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. Jose Ballester, a Unitarian Universalist activist, has dedicated his life to promoting peace and justice in Latin America. Ballester's work in supporting marginalized communities and advocating for human rights embodies the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. His resilience in the face of political turmoil and violence serves as a beacon of hope for those serving for a more just and peaceful world. Principle 7, respecting the interdependent web of all existence. Sophia Lyon Vaz, a Unitarian Universalist religious educator, has emphasized the interconnectedness of all beings in the natural world. Sounds like indigenous spirituality to me. Vaz's teachings on respect for the interdependent web of existence have inspired generations to care for the earth and all its inhabitants. Her resilience in advocating for environmental stewardship and ethical living reminds us all of our responsibility to protect and preserve the planet for future generations. I have a news flash for you. Unitarian Universalist Association President, Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt, was arrested by Capitol Police on Thursday, July 29th, as she protested about the Department of Homeland Security budget with leaders from various religious traditions. She was arrested at the Hart Senate office building, where several hundred people of faith had gathered, and was released about 4 hours later. Several dozen arrests were made. She was one of them, according to an organizer who was present. Betancourt joined religious leaders near the Capitol grounds earlier in the day to advocate against passage of the budget that funds the federal agency overseeing ICE and Customs and Border Patrol actions. The gathering comes after thousands of clergy and lay people, including hundreds of UUs, arrived that week for the Day of Truth and Freedom, a nonviolent moral action and march calling for the end of ICE operations in Minnesota, where multiple UU clergy were also arrested. And she said, there is no moral justification for voting for a budget that will put more resources toward the violation and dehumanizing of our neighbors. Betancourt said earlier that Thursday, according to the UUA statement, as religious leaders, we have an ethical obligation to show up and say that this will not be done in our name. These stories of Unitarians embodying the 7 principles of Unitarian Universalism with resilience are immensely inspiring to me, because they're all about walking the talk. And some of you may remember a sermon I did on, do they do what they say? What they say, they do. And knowing of them, I believe, can only inspire resilience within ourselves and our community. All right, let's come home. Let's come home to UUFB. Embodying resilience, doing it well indeed. It only takes a glance at today's service bulletin or reading the weekly news that Christy sends out to see that we are living out these principles. Now, here's my challenge. What are we doing totally? I want somebody to work on this for the next orientation of new members in March. We should have a list. Sorry about that. Sorry, Kitty. I got a little excited. But I want to see a list of the things that we do under each one of those principles. Because the principle that we focus on is the inherent worth and the dignity of every person. That's heavy here. But I know that we are living out these principles. And you want to promote you. Wow. I think there are people hungry for coming to a place where they're walking the talk. That's your challenge. I go on. You can bring that back. All right, let's look at the UUFB for a second. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. We foster a welcoming and inclusive community where individuals of all backgrounds and identities are valued and respected. By upholding the principle of the inherent worth and dignity of every person, the fellowship creates a safe space for individuals to express themselves authentically and feel a sense of belonging, thus promoting resilience in the face of discrimination and prejudice. Number 2, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. UUFB is actively engaged in social justice initiatives and advocacy work within the local community. By promoting justice, equity, and compassion in human relations, the fellowship stands in solidarity with marginalized groups and works toward creating a more just and equitable society. Through their commitment to social justice, the fellowship members demonstrate resilience in the face of systemic injustices and inequalities. Number 3, acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth. The fellowship provides a supportive environment for individuals to explore their spiritual beliefs and practices. By encouraging spiritual growth and accepting individuals for who they are, the fellowship nurtures a sense of community and connection that fosters resilience in times of personal growth and transformation. Members are supported in their spiritual journeys, empowering them to navigate life's challenges with strength and resilience. A free and responsible search for truth and meaning. We value intellectual curiosity and critical inquiry, encouraging members to engage in a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. By promoting open dialogue and exploration of diverse perspectives, the fellowship creates a space for individuals to deepen their understanding of the world and their place in it. Their commitment to seeking truth and meaning cultivates resilience by empowering individuals to navigate complexity and uncertainty with courage and integrity. Number 5, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process. The fellowship upholds the right of conscience and actively engages in democratic decision-making processes within the community. By respecting individual beliefs and values and by promoting democratic principles in governance, the fellowship ensures that all voices are heard and valued. This commitment to inclusivity and democratic participation fosters resilience by creating a sense of ownership and empowerment among members, enabling them to navigate conflicts and challenges with grace and collaboration. 6, the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice to all. This congregation is dedicated to promoting peace, liberty, and justice both locally and globally. Through outreach programs, advocacy efforts, and partnerships with community organizations, the fellowship works toward building a more just and peaceful world for all. By embodying the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all, the fellowship members demonstrate resilience in the face of global challenges and conflicts, standing in solidarity with those who are marginalized and oppressed. 7, respect for the interdependent web of all existence. We emphasize environmental stewardship and sustainability as part of our commitment to respecting the interdependent web of all existence. By promoting eco-friendly practices, engaging in environmental advocacy, and supporting initiatives that protect the planet, the fellowship demonstrates a deep reverence for the interconnectedness of all life. Its dedication to environmental consciousness cultivates resilience by fostering a sense of responsibility and care for the natural world, inspiring members to take action in preserving the earth for future generations. Embodying resilience. Unitarian Universalism, historically, in the national arena, and in our local community, does embody resilience by practicing its 7 principles in its daily actions and community engagement. Through its commitment to inclusivity, justice, spiritual growth, truth-seeking, democratic participation, global solidarity, and environmental stewardship, Unitarian Universalists demonstrate in a most overt way resilience in the face of adversity and uncertainty, while standing together in unity and compassion to create a more just, peaceful, and sustainable world. and I'm proud to be a part of you. Amen. I would like you all to stand. This is an incredible group of people doing incredible work. I'd like you to recognize that by giving yourselves a big hand right now. Amen. Sit down.